NBANBA.lt. Tavo NBA pasaulis.
Tipping off the dime, top two in the Pacific with Kobe and the Lake Show looking to sink the Suns. The James Gang shoot down Bucks in Milwaukee. Can the Nets make it two straight? Greg Oden's season again fractured while AI is talking about practice.
One thing I don't want to do is go out there and hurt the teams.
D-Wade is king in Sacktown. It's time for the dime.
It's the Cavalier lead. Here comes Delonte again.
Yes, take him inside.
Schools him! He's going to set an NBA record. One man beating five. It's ridiculous.
Welcome to the Daily Dime. I'm Jim Basquale. Ahead in the show, a tough break for the Blazers. LeBron and the James Gang buck Milwaukee with a huge run, but we get it started from Tinseltown with the best of the West offering the defending champion Lakers against Steve Nash and the Suns. Each team came in with 15 wins, separated by just one game atop the Pacific. Top two in the Pacific, Kobe and the Lakers, Steve Nash and the Suns. They do it from La La Land. Opening quarter, it's Kobe getting a give from Ron Artest and stroking the tray. He had 26, Lakers up 8. Second quarter, good ball movement here. They get it in the hands of Artest. He too has that deep ball touch. Lakers up 52-44. Third quarter, Kobe showing the touch on the give here. Serve it up the alley-oop for Andrew Bynum. Backdoor on the finish. Lakers advantage at 15. About a minute later, it's Kobe, this time for his other big. Pau Gasol flashing through the paint on the finish. Lakers in control ahead 70-57. Then it's Kobe calling his own number, stepping back on the tray. The Lakers now a league best 16-3, burning the Suns by 20. With the Packers off on Sunday, fans in Milwaukee get a chance to see King James and company taking on the Bucks. Opening quarter, that's Anthony Parker. That jumper along the baseline had the visitors within 5. Little did they know that started things off. Daniel Gibson, jumper goes down. It's a 9-0 run for the Cavs. Second quarter, Delonte West catches fire, pull-up jumper, 16 straight points for the Cavs. West at a season-high 21, that's an and one. Even James in disbelief. It's 20 straight points for Cleveland. West again splits the D. 25 straight. King James in disbelief. Even Big Z got involved. He gets it underneath to go down. The Cavs scored 29 straight points, bridging the first and second quarters on a game that James scored just 14. They didn't need him. Cleveland 101-86. Kiki Vandeweghe's Nets looking for their second win after snapping their season-long 18-game funk on Friday. Taking on the Knicks on Sunday. David Lee off the steal. Jared Jeffries will serve it up for Wilson Chandler, New York, up a point early. Later in the second quarter, Devin Harris working the give and go with Brook Lopez, plus the foul. Harris had 19. A couple minutes later, Harris serves up the alley-oop for Lopez. He too scored 19. Nets up 11, but the Knicks gained control third quarter. It's Larry Hughes. He scored 16 of his 25 in the third, including that wing tray to even the game at 67. Fourth quarter, Al Harrington, who postgame said his Knicks couldn't lose to the Nets. Well, he made sure of it, getting it to go off the follow tip. He scored 26, had the Knicks up 7. Then Harrington finds David Lee, who gets the lane floater to go down. He scored 24 to go with 9 boards. New York's won 3 of 4. The Nets now 1-19.
This is a learning lesson. This is a learning lesson on starting a game well, keeping it going, keeping your composure, and in finishing games. And those are the lessons we need to learn. And these are all good things. You know, nobody likes to lose any games. There's no question about it. But you find purpose for good, and tomorrow you go work on it.
Just before you get set up on defense,
Scola gives Brooks the pick. Oh, Greg went down, and his knee is. Holy cow! Portland doesn't need this. As the Rose Garden is like a library right now.
Just when the Blazers were getting big minutes from their former top overall pick comes another bad break for Greg Oden. The Trailblazers have lost their center for the season after Oden underwent surgery in his left patella. He fractured the kneecap in Saturday's win over the Rockets. The tough part for Portland was the fact that Oden was playing well, leading the team with 9 boards a game, averaging 12 points while blocking just under 3 shots per tip, where he ranks second in the league. Gilbert Arenas and the Wizards road tripping to the Palace of Auburn Hills with the Pistons. Second quarter, it's Rodney Stuckey finding Charlie Villanueva, who hammers it home on the finish. He had 18, had the Pistons up 7. Later in the second quarter, Ben Wallace finds Stuckey through the lane. He cuts, getting the lay to go down. Stuckey had 25, Pistons up 3 at the break. Third quarter, Arenas was held in check, but had this nice finish to even the game at 58. Arenas scored just 8 points on the afternoon. Later in the fourth, Stuckey finds Kwame Brown, who gives it up for Villanueva on the throwdown. Pistons up top 73-69. Later in the fourth, Washington down 4. It's Caron Butler pulling up from beyond the arc. That 3, part of a 20-point game. The visitors within a point, but under a minute to go. Will Bynum finds the hot hand, and that's Stuckey. It's a wing jumper that helps seal the deal. Detroit, 98-94 winners. Dwayne Wade and the Heat in search of a split of their 4-game Western Road swing. Captain Sacramento, opening quarter, Wade working the give and go with Michael Beasley. Second quarter, it's Mario Chalmers serving it up for Beasley, who does it along the baseline. He scored 20, had the visitors up 38-29. Third quarter, Quentin Richardson serves up the lob for Wade. Flash will finish things off on the other end. He had 34, had the Heat up top 71-57. Later in the third, Tyreek Evans, 20-plus points in 11 of his last 13 games. That's an and one. He had a 30-point night on Sunday. The home team within a half dozen, but the Heat respond. It's Wade off the block of Jason Thompson, leading to the run out where Richardson will finish. He scored 20, had the Heat ahead 80-67. Then it's Wade finishing the run one more time. Terrific on the reverse off the window. Miami gets that split as they take it 115-102.
I think, actually, you count breakthrough games way before they happen. I think Orlando was a breakthrough game for us. We had 2 hiccups along the way because we're still a team that's growing. But we played well against Boston. We went and got a great win against Portland, and we had a win versus L.A. And then come in tonight at the end of the road trip and finish it off was great.
Our top trio of dunks begins with some diesel fuel. It's Shaq showing off some raw power. Remember, this game which had the Cavs running off 29 straight points, but one which also included Shaquille O'Neal sending home our second runner-up. In at number 2, it's on to Sacktown, where D. Wade finds D. Wright. That's Darrell Wright along the baseline, throwing down a finish which included a nice feed from Flash. And speaking of, we're off to Tinseltown, where Kobe is the giver. Andrew Bynum springing back door towards the cup, capping off the alley-oop. It's Bynum from Kobe with the big fella's full extension on the hammer home. League's best team also has Sunday's top dunk of the night.
You don't want him catching it at the rim.
Our stat sheet stuffer of the night is Miami's Dwayne Wade. Flash scored 34, had 10 assists, and grabbed 5 rebounds. He hit on 10 of his 16 shots, sank 14 of 16 from the charity stripe, and also did it on D, blocking 4 shots as well as getting a steal. Numbers that have D. Wade taking home our stat sheet stuffer of the night.
Obviously, I'm going to have to be the judge of that and be honest with Coach and let him know, when I have to give a blow, because one thing I don't want to do is go out there and hurt the team. I want to contribute and do what's right for the team. And if me not playing a lot of minutes is good for the team, then that's exactly what we should do.
We're talking about practice, which is what Allen Iverson did with the Sixers for the first time in 3 years and is expected to start when Philadelphia plays his former team, the Denver Nuggets, later tonight. You may already know the Nets broke their season-long winless drought by beating the Bobcats on Friday, but they will have to still wait a bit longer for Gian Lian to come back. He was on the verge of a return from a sprained right knee, but will now be off the court after getting busted in the lip by teammate Sean Williams during practice. It required 50 stitches. Keep up with the Dime on Facebook and Twitter. Our shot clock is just about up, so let's say goodbye with our call of the night. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim Baskin.
They won that run. They had everything congested, and they were defending every shot.
LeBron weaves his way to the hole, puts it up and down on a filthy bucket looking for the N1.
And LeBron James with a diagonal cut to the hoop, and the King lays it up high on the board for two. LeBron going back to the hoop, nice little cut inside and lays it up soft on the board. Yes, it's good.